How much money can you make from Slayer in 24 hours? A deceivingly simple question that I'm about to tackle today. Most people know Slayer can be good money, but I've always wondered just how good we can actually make it. I mean, this is a question as old as time, but I think I can put my own twist on it to make the answer as accurate as possible. If you like yourself a good Excel spreadsheet with unnecessary data, this is going to be the video for you. I would love to tell you about the rules for this Slay Fest, but first, we have our first ever legitimate sponsor. Holy hell, it's OperaGX. Are you tired of your old boring internet browser? OperaGX is an internet browser made specifically for the modern day gamer. I mean, immediately you can see it looks very different, and what piqued my interest right away was the sidebar. You're able to sign into your Twitch account, get notifications, and see who's live the moment you hop on. I mean, on top of that, there's so many options for what messengers you can have on the sidebar, which makes it a nice hub to manage all of your media intake. Remember, you don't want a single moment to think about real life. That's where all of your problems are. Twitter and Discord really do it for me, but maybe you like Instagram better or Facebook Messenger. You have a lot of options to choose from. They also have their own music player built directly into the browser, so you're able to log into Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music. Let's listen to one of my favorite songs right now. Like I said, this is all about customization. Have you noticed the sick Runescape background we've been rocking the whole time? What about the crisp and stylish neon theme on everything else? All of that was handpicked by myself because Opera gives you the tools to make it all your own. Even the most depraved of you guys can choose light mode if you really want it.
My eyes!
I also really like the GX corner here because it makes it super easy to keep track of new game releases, games that might be free or on sale. Even gaming news is there. And isn't that better than the smelly real-world news you would normally get on a home screen? Why is this newsworthy? I would never recommend something I don't believe in myself, and I think this browser is one of the best hubs out there for all of your social and gaming needs. OperaGX is even available on your phone for you mobile gamers out there. And of course, I have a link down below for anyone that wants to ascend their browser game like I have. Yeah, I really want to say thank you so much to OperaGX for reaching out to me. It's really cool that small channels like myself even have the opportunity to do something like this. I just want to say 100% of the proceeds from this will go towards improving the channel. But with that, I think we can start today's video and slay some monsters. Alright everybody, welcome to the start of the video. We're doing 24 hours of Slayer to see how much money we can possibly get from it. You know, kind of like I said, this isn't the newest idea here. You know, some other people have done similar things, but you know, they're not quite the same as how I'm going to do it. Let me lay down some ground rules. I'll just kind of rapid fire off what I'm thinking for the rules on this. So when it comes to the time draining, I'm only going to count the time we're actively doing a task. So the moment I swing at the first monster, until we see task completed, that's going to be draining the time. Anything else in between is not going to count for the 24 hours. Beyond that, for the profit, I'm going to calculate the net income from everything, not just the gross profit. I mean, I'm talking every dart fired, every potion sipped, every teleport used. We're going to track all of that and subtract it from what we actually get from the monsters we're killing. You know, the supply cost is actually a huge factor in how much money you make. And it's something I think a lot of people overlook when they're doing a task or thinking about doing Slayer and trying to make a lot of money. I also want to mix it up a little bit. We're not just going to be using one Slayer Master the entire time. So I'm going to require myself to use Duradel, Neve, and Konar 5 times each minimum. After that, we can just use whoever we want, you know, whatever we're feeling. On top of that, I'm going to allow myself 3 skips for this episode. I also want this to be more about the regular monsters, not so much the bosses. So I'm only going to allow myself 1 boss task, and it has to be specifically the boss. It can't be like 120 Hellhounds, you know, go kill Cerberus. We're not going to do that. It has to be kill that boss specifically. But finally, I'm going to allow myself 1 clue scroll per task. I won't count the supply costs for doing the clue scroll, but I will drain the time while I'm trying to get the clue finished. It's just for a little bit of spice. I don't want to be running clues constantly because that's not exactly the point of my video. And for reference with some of the stuff, I do have 99 combat stats, all across the board. It pains me to say this, but I did completely empty out my block list so we could get any task. There's nothing off limits right now. I do have 95 Slayers, so like I said, we can get any task. And I do believe I have everything unlocked from the Slayer Masters that might affect like task length or what we can get. You know, I'll go check on that right now actually. Okay, so it does look like we have pretty much everything unlocked that might be considered useful or maybe even a hindrance in some cases. But alright, this is it. We're going to get our first task. Alright, so we have worms to kill. Yeah, I'll walk you through this first one. I'll show you how I want to do things. Alright, here we are. The worms are right down the elevator. Just going with max melee on this one. Do some Dragon Hunter Lance. I feel like that's just the fastest for worms. Supply-wise, we're really not going to use too much. Maybe just some like lobster. Normally, I don't collect the bones from worms. I'll just use them for a little bit passive prayer experience, but since we're trying to make as much money, I think it might be worth picking up the bones. We'll see how much of a difference it makes. Ooh, man, I want to pick this stuff up. Like, this looks so good right now, just some free stuff. Right, we're down here now, though. We can officially start the 24 hours. You know, this is kind of exciting. I want to see how this turns out. I'll start the timer, start swinging on some worms. Here we go. Alright, this is gonna do it. This is the last one for the task.
Mission complete.
Ooh, that's good. Ah, pure essence ended off. Great. Alright, yeah, let's head up top. Oh, actually, hold on. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Okay, it's right around 58 minutes, so almost an hour. That'll be a good comparison to make when we look at the rest of the stuff. Alright, so hell yeah, that was our first task. Let's take a look at some of the drops we got. 647k, that's not bad at all. This is all the stuff I picked up. And our supply cost wasn't bad at all, actually. It was only 16k, so this is going to be a pretty nice profit, actually. You know, let me get the Excel spreadsheet. Let me show you guys. I mean, yeah, it's basically an hour for 650k. As far as Slayer goes and single target combat, you know, just worms, that's pretty good, honestly. I think that's really good. You know, we didn't get any superiors, no clue scrolls, you know, nothing crazy like that. But it was decent. That was a very good start, I think. You know, since we're right here, and I'm going to be on our 10th task for a streak, I think we need to visit Konar and see what she gives us. Alright, what do we got? Red dragons in the Forthos dungeon. As far as Konar tasks go, that's not terrible, honestly. We get some really bad ones, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, a little tip I wanted to share with you guys. If you use Protect from Magic, you'll get half dragon fire resistance on the normal chromatic dragons and brutal ones. So what that means is you don't have to take a super extended anti-fire, you could just take an extended anti-fire and get full dragon fire protection, you know, along with Protect from Magic. I mean, that's just super nice because it saves a lot of money. I think the super extendeds sell for like 7k or something, so I mean, it's quite a difference in price there.
Mission complete.
There it is, the second task completed. Not too bad, honestly. That was super quick. I forgot we got some points from that. That's always super fun. But yeah, we're set up for the clue scroll right now. Let's just dive right into it, see what we get. Like I said, we're only going to take the time into account here. We're not going to do anything else. None of the supply costs for the clues. They're just a free bonus. Ooh, okay, that was quick. That was a 2-minute, 53-second casket right there. You know, I pulled a sneaky on you guys, though. I'm going to save all the caskets. We'll open them up at the end. You know, I think that'll be fun. You know, I figure we might as well just do one of each here. You know, start with one of each Slayer Master, see how it goes. Oh my god. We got Tazar. I mean, Jad doesn't give us money. I would love to do a Jad task for the XP and stuff, but it just doesn't give us any money, so we're going to have to do the regular ones. Mr. Steve wants it, we will provide. Truth be told, I've never done a Tazar task before. This is the first one I've ever had assigned. I looked into it a little bit. It just seemed like bursting was the option that I wanted to go with, because even if we potentially lose money on this, it'll at least be quick. It'll be a faster task that way. I think overall that'll get us more money. I think that last task was a bit of a disappointment, so we really need a good one. Hellhounds, also not great. We're not going to make any money with that one, but we'll try to get it done as fast as possible. I guess I'm glad Konar was our Slayer Master for this, because we at least have a chance to make some money with the Brimstone Key or something. We'll see how that pans out, though. And it looks like it paid off, because we got 5 Brimstone Keys and a Clue Scroll, so we're looking real good right now. Let's just see what we got. Come on, big money. Ooh, 100k. Okay, 28, not bad. 140. 82. Ooh, that is delicious right there. I mean, all things considered, this is pretty good for a Hellhound task. You can't complain with that. Spent a little bit in supplies. I didn't think the arrows would cost that much, actually, but we're in the green. We're in the green, and it's alright. It only took, like, yeah, less than an hour. Super chill. You know, I kind of want to knock out Konar while we're here, just get her 5 tasks out of the way, because they have the chance to be the worst out of any of them, I think. Drakes. Okay, so I think Drakes are pretty decent when you're at a high level and you have a Dragon Hunter Lance. Most people don't like them. I know they're normally something you block or you skip. We're going to see what happens.
Mission complete.
I don't know. I'll keep the Konar train going though. We'll see what we get next. Ooh, Cave Kraken. Oh, dude, I wish I could do this for a boss. Honestly, I haven't killed the regular Kraken in so long. I think I did it for like a really old Konar video, but I don't remember. I'm gonna have to check that. I'll see. Okay, so we're here in the Kraken Cove. This is day 2 of Slay for a Day for me. You know, forgive me if I sound a little different. It's the crack of dawn right now. I've just woken up. It's like 11:30 in the morning. But yeah, we're gonna be killing some Kraken. Now, the more astute of you may have noticed I'm using a Slayer Staff instead of a Trident for this. Really, the only reason I'm using it is because it's cheaper per cast to use, and I know you don't make a ton of money on just killing the regular Kraken, so I'm just trying to mitigate any sort of cost we might come across. But yeah, the DPS is going to be lower than a Trident, but we'll see if it makes up for it. I think it should still be a pretty decent weapon overall. Look at that spell. How many people have seen this spell before, huh? How many people have actually used this shit? Guys, I'm so dumb. I thought I had to hit these things with a knife before I hit them with magic, because I thought the first hit wouldn't deal any damage, but that's not the case. Don't bring iron knives. Don't be stupid like I did. Alright guys, so I am a little disappointed because the loot tracker didn't properly keep track of everything that dropped. It said we only killed 87 of them, which isn't anywhere near how many we actually killed. So that really sucks. I don't know what happened there. I don't know, I'll just assume this is what I got because I don't know how to factor in everything that actually dropped that I picked up. I mean, from our supply cost, we spent 300k, so I mean, just based off of this, we're negative, but I think the 3 brimstone keys will make up for that regardless. 67k, 32k. So I mean, we are going to make money from it that will make it profitable. It did take a bit of time though, so I really wish we had the actual numbers for the drops. Blah blah blah. So on and so forth. Let's get our next task, which are Anku. That's fine from Konar. It's simple, it's quick. I'm okay with it. Okay, so we're here outside the Anku. We're just gonna go right in, you know, why even bother messing around? They're super simple, super easy. We probably won't make too much money, but a nice brimstone key could change that completely. And this will be our last Konar task on top of that, so that'll be kind of cool. We can branch out and do some other Slayer Masters.
Mission complete.
Alright, another one done. It didn't take too long, you know, less than 20 minutes, not bad. Didn't make a lot of money, I'm sure, but we did get 2 brimstone keys though, so we have to check those out. The classic 40k and the double classic 82k. That's why I like Konar. She always makes you a little bit more money if you get a key or 2. Yeah, I almost forgot to mention, that was actually our last Konar test. That was our 5 that we needed for her, so she's done for the time being. But yeah, let's see what we get from Steve right here. Ah, Hellhounds, okay. You know what? I'm actually going to skip this one. We have 3 skips. I'm calling in the first one right now. I don't want to do it. I think we'll be alright. Alright, what are you giving us now? Black Demons. Oh, God. We could do Demonic Gorillas. That'd be great to make some money, potentially. Oh, boy. It's been a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It's been a little bit since I've done Demonic Gorillas. I'm going to start off using melee. I don't know what he's using yet. Okay, he's using melee. So I have to count his hits. Okay, that's his second 0. But then he switched to a melee prayer, so I gotta switch to range. I don't know what he's gonna use. That's his third 0. Okay, he hit with magic. I don't know if he's gonna do range or magic. He did range. 2.
Can you get hit by the rocks?
Oh yeah. Okay, then he's gonna switch to range right now. Which that's their third 0 above their head. Every 50 melee. First 0 on melee. Oh, he's dead. It's as simple as that.
I like killing chickens.
The chickens are better.
Mission complete.
So we're actually going to end up less than 1 mil an hour for this task since it took us 4 hours to do all those demons. Regardless, if you just get a Zenite, that makes the whole thing worth it, honestly. But this will mark our final assignment from Steve. We got Dark Beast, okay. Alright, yep, so we looked them up, they're not too complicated, they seem pretty chill, pretty AFK. Just hop in there and knock them out, and maybe we'll get our first superior. That'd be nice to see. I hope we get at least one, honestly, because I'm surprised we haven't had one yet.
Mission complete.
Well, we found our way back to Konar. We did another task. It went super well with the 2 dark bow drops. Like, that's insane. We got a mill. I think it was like, yeah, an hour and 15 minutes. But pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, what's going on, game? Oh, God. I'm gonna share a little pro tip with you guys right now. Whenever you're inside the smoke cave, it has this really shitty animation, nobody likes that. If you right-click the entrance here and hit smoke, you can actually turn it off. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Oh, delicious. That's absolutely beautiful. This might sound a little bit weird, but I decided to go on prayer melee for this task. I know bursting is super popular with the cannon and all that stuff, but that would just drain so much money. Just basing that off of how the Tazar went. So it's definitely going to take a little bit longer than that, but I just want to see how it goes, because I think this will be the better option if we're trying to make as much money as possible. Of course, I could skip it, but we're not going to do that. I want to save my skips just in case we get something like truly horrendous. Well, I gotta say that task wasn't the most exciting one. It took like, what was it, almost 2 hours, and we didn't get that much money at all, really. So, I wouldn't recommend doing this for money, but we definitely made more than we would have if we bursted and used a cannon. Yeah. I just want to do Konar again, actually. We're going straight back to her. Hydras. Oh, shit. Okay. Thanks a lot. I didn't realize we're on the last stretch of the assignment here. We're currently at 23 hours and 5 minutes, so we have 56 minutes left, or 54 minutes left, and that's it, then we're done. So this is going to be the last task. This is going to be the last one we do. I've never actually done Hydra before either, so we're going off with a bang here. Oh god, man, this is going to be the end of a journey. This is going to be the end of it, boys. So, let's fucking do it. Let's send it. Let's get it home. Well, this is basically it. Once we hit 54:04, the 24 hours is done. And that's it. That's the whole video. That's it. Stop the clock. We're going to finish this guy off just because I want to. Okay, he really doesn't want to. Okay, he's dead. Now it's officially over. And a brimstone key to pop it off. Alright, that's something. We'll take it.
Mission complete.
Well, we did manage to get 2 brimstone keys. We'll open those up right away just to see what we get. Oh my god, almost 200k. That's beautiful. And 69k, the funny number. Oh, that's awesome. That is super awesome to end it off. You know what? I think it's time to look at our little Excel spreadsheet. Let's go over absolutely everything, give you my thoughts and opinions on it. We'll go over the final results. We'll see how much money we made, GP an hour, rainbows, balloons, sunshines, all the happy stuff. Let's see what we got. This is it. This is the Excel spreadsheet I've been keeping track of behind the scenes. We are filled out. We are looking beefy right now. So overall, we had 21 different Slayer assignments. I was kind of hoping for at least 20, try to get 1 hour per task. That was like my general sort of goal going into this. I didn't even use all the skips, actually. We had one more left, but I was saving it for something truly horrendous, but I should have used it earlier because we didn't get anything that terrible, I guess. Okay, so here we go. First, we have the worms. We got worms 3 times throughout this whole thing. I think they're decent. They're usually around an hour. My total profit from them was generally around 500k, within a few 100,000 of that. Honestly, I just thought they were pretty solid all around. Low supply cost. You also have the chance for superiors, which we didn't get. Some brimstone keys if you're on, Konar Slayer. So yeah, I like them. I definitely recommend worms if you're trying to make some money. I mean, especially if you have a Dragon Hunter Lance. And they also drop some clue scrolls, which we'll get into later. I'll open all those at the end of this. So we still have those to open. We have 9 of them, actually. But then we have ourselves the red dragons. Not much to say on them. Dragons usually aren't that great. Not terrible, but just not great. You guys may have noticed that I use melee for most of the tasks, honestly. It just seems like it's the best way to avoid some supply costs, so I went with it most of the time. But if you want to sit in a safe spot, you want to be more AFK, range is totally fine for this sort of thing. Okay, so Tazar. Tazar. I made a mistake with this one. I definitely should have skipped it. That's my inexperience, that's something we've learned here today. I actually lost money. This is the only task I lost money on because I tried bursting. I figured we'd probably lose money. I was hoping for a drop. We did get a drop, but it was the inexpensive one, so it didn't matter. If you get extremely lucky, it's possible to go positive on this sort of thing, but definitely don't want to do them for profit. They're just not worth it. They take too much time, or you have to burst and spend a ton of money. That's somewhere I could optimize next time we do this, if we do it again. But Hellhounds ended up being pretty good for us because we got them from Konar. Without the Brimstone keys, we got 5 keys actually from that. So we actually made money, which you don't ever do on a Hellhound task unless you get insanely lucky. So I was happy about that. Konar is definitely the best Slayer Master to do Hellhounds on. We eventually found ourselves doing some Drakes. How many was it? 1, 2, 3 times? Honestly, I like Drakes. I think they're underrated. I think their GP an hour is pretty decent. Again, if you have a Dragon Hunter Lance, without that, I'm not sure if you want to do it. They give decent experience for what they are. I know that's not the purpose of this video, but I just want to point that out. This one, we got extremely lucky. We made $1 million an hour, basically, because we got the best rare drop, which is nice. That's a little exciting. That's all I want to say. Don't sleep on the Drakes. I think they're all right. Kraken, on the other hand, I don't know about those. I don't think you should do them normally. At least the regular Kraken, they're not worth doing in my opinion. They take too much time. They don't give enough profit. The loot tracker didn't even properly keep track of them, so I can't say for sure how much we made on that one, but I know it's not going to be a lot. Definitely do the boss if you get a Kraken task, or just skip it altogether, but I would say do the Kraken boss. Now with the Anku, I think those are also a little bit overlooked for what they are. They're very simple, very chill. 20 minutes, we got 170k. Of course, that was with some good Brimstone key drops. They're not amazing for money, but I just don't see myself blocking them if you're trying to make money, because you can get through it really quick. So we didn't actually get a boss task assigned, but the more I'm thinking on it, I guess the demonic gorillas can kind of count as our boss task on this one, even though it's not exactly the rules I had set. It took a long time. We didn't get a Zenite drop, but we got a whole heavy ballista, which is kind of nuts actually. Like, the Zenite shard would have been less rare than that. It's not terrible either. There's so much potential, we just didn't happen to get the drop. But yeah, we had some Drakes again, like I said. Bloodveld. I did the mutated ones because I know the drops are pretty significantly better, I would say. I think this was the first task we did a prayer gear on, so we can't prayer in the proselyte. Great for experience, honestly. Super good experience. Money, not that great, honestly. Maybe that's something you would consider skipping if you really want money, but I just think the XP makes up for it, honestly. Dark Beasts, on the other hand, were really good to me. Made $1 million an hour almost. Although I got extremely lucky. I got 2 dark bow drops. So that's not typical. You're not going to get anywhere near this usually. So you don't make a ton of money, but they're not super common to get as a task. So they're probably not worth a block. Maybe a skip if you're not feeling it, but don't block them. I don't think I would say it's not worth it. But then we have another mistake of mine, the Smoke Devil task. From what I found, a lot of people like to burst and cannon them, but I knew that was just going to drain our profit, so I said, no, we're not doing that. Camped some melee prayer, had some proselyte gear. Took almost 2 hours to get 360k. So, you know, that's another one I definitely would have skipped if I knew ahead of time. I mean, if you're doing Smoke Devils, it's going to be for the boss, or if you're doing the bursting and cannoning. It seems like you don't want to go in there for single-way combat. We followed it up with Dagonoth. Not too much to say, you know you're not going to make money with them. Yeah, you're never going to make anything crazy with Dagonoth. Which goes the same for Zagomites. They're just a super quick task, they're just for nice points, quick points. Basically no money, not much to say again. Fire Giants, yeah, we had a slew of just not that impressive tasks, honestly, from Duradel. He really let us down on this one, I feel like. Yeah, I was actually pretty curious about Skeletal Wyverns when we got them, because I don't get them that often. And I would say it went pretty well. In 40 minutes, we made over 500k. We also had ourselves a little bit of that Kurask action over in the Iorth dungeon? I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, pretty decent. We got 2 Superiors, 2 Brimstone Keys. We got a Clue Scroll on top of that, so we made out like bandits on that one. That was pretty lucky for us. We finished off with some Hydra. Again, a first time task for me. Didn't complete the whole thing, only got 58 through. We made a decent bit of money, actually. That was a lot of money, but we got lucky with our Brimstone chest. We got like a 200k drop on that. So before we do our averages on everything and go over the numbers, like the totals, I think we need to open up our Clue Scrolls. You know, we had 53 minutes, that's 1/24 of our time. We could get some profit from that. It could be super nice. So let's see. Here we go. Give us something good. 44k to start. Did get a unique. What else we got? Ooh, okay, we got a collection log. We like it. We'll take it, if it's not a lot. 100k, a gilded rune. Oh, another one. Ooh, 257. It's going pretty well, I think. Another 200k. 100k. Damn, we got. Oh my god, I dropped shit. No. Dude, that's so scary, actually. 82k. 58k. And the last one, 182k. With the Master Scroll Book. I think that's a nice case for doing Clue Scrolls. I think that's a good GP an hour for sure. So it looks like we made 13,700,000 in net profit for 24 hours. So I guess that comes out to 650k an hour, basically. So that was 24 hours of Slayer, trying to make as much money as we could. I think we could have done better, like I said a few times, but overall, decent. You know, it was alright. That is going to be the video though. Like it if you like it, subscribe if you wanna. And if anyone has any questions about Slayer, or RuneScape in general, feel free to ask me. I love you guys, thanks for sticking to the end. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Have a good one out there.